boys and girls. Welcome to this presentation. My name is Mr. Mohamed Eljaroshi. I'm gonna be your English teacher. Today we're gonna talk about Unit 5, Lesson 1. Old ways of sending information. Let's start with question A. Read and use the pictures to work out the meaning of these words. As you can see in the box, we have how many words? Very good. We have 7 words. Now, we're going to read and use the pictures to understand the meaning of these words. Let's read the words together. Horse, lighthouse, flag, drum, smoke, signal, pigeon. Now, let's start with the pictures. Picture number 1. In the Arab world, men used to ride for hours carrying messages. When one horse was tired, they got another one. This messenger service started in 670. It was called al-barid. Now, what can you see in the picture? Very good. A horse. Good job. Now let's look at number 2. People used to build lighthouses near the sea. The lighthouses warned ships of danger. This is very important, guys. As you can see in the picture, what do we have here? Very good. A lighthouse. Why do we use lighthouses? To warn ships of danger. Very good. And basically we light them at night to let the ships see the land. Very good. Now let's move on to picture number 3. People used to send messages using flags. As you can see in the picture, this guy right here is using flags to send messages. Very good. Now picture number 4. In Africa, people used to use drums to send messages. You can see the drum here. This African guy here is using drums to send messages. Number 5. Americans used to light fires on the tops of mountains and send messages using smoke signals. As you can see here, this is the smoke signal. And you need fire to make this smoke signal. This idea was used in America. Now, next picture. People used to use pigeons to carry messages from Egypt to Syria. A good pigeon could fly from Cairo to Damascus without stopping. As you can see, people used to use pigeons to send messages, and they sometimes fly without stopping. That depends on the type of pigeon you're using. Now let's move on to question B. Discuss these questions. When was the best time to use lighthouses? Day or night? And why? What do you think, guys? For these questions, you can stop the video to read the texts again and then come back and answer them. And then let's check together. Now let's check. For question number 1, the best time to use lighthouses is very good, at night. At night. Or we can say nighttime. And why is that? Very good. The light is clearer at night. So we're gonna write them here. We can say night. And because the light is So we use the lighthouses at night because the light is clearer at night. Very good. Now, how did pigeons know where to take the messages? How did pigeons know where to take the messages? For this question here, I'm gonna take the answers right here so we can have space to answer them. So this is number 1. For number 2, how did the pigeons know where to take their messages? Very good. The idea here, the pigeons were only sent with messages to their homes, so they could always find their way. So we say here, how do we answer this question? We say, for number 2, the pigeons were only sent with messages to their homes. So they can always find a way. They can always find their way. But how did people make them their home? It's very easy. They take the pigeons and feed them in one place, and then they take them and feed them in the other place. So in this way, pigeons consider the 2 places their homes. Very good. So you can send them from a place to another because they are used to these places. Very good. Now let's talk about question number 3. Which of these methods was the fastest, the slowest, and the safest? What do you think the answer would be? Which one is the fastest? Let's talk about the fastest. Fast methods are the ones that you can hear them or see them directly. For example, smoke is very fast. And we can say that lighthouses are very fast too. Because once you see them, the message was delivered. You can say that flags are fast too. So I would say that the lighthouses are the fastest, okay? And which one are the slowest? We can say that horse riding or sending messages by horses is slow because the horses get tired easily. And pigeons are slow too. They take days to get to their places. At the same time, that depends on the distance, because if the place is far, sometimes you can't send smoke messages and you can't use drums, so sometimes you have to use pigeons. So in this way, we can say that horse riding or sending horses to send messages, using them to send messages, is slow, but sometimes the distance requires sending horses. Yes, very good. Now let's move on to the last one. Which one is the safest, do you think? Do you think smoke signals are safe? No, they're not, yeah, because you're using fire to make them. So fire is not that safe. We can say that lighthouses are safe because you're only using electricity to make lights, and it's on land. No need to move from your place. Very good. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question 4. In question 4, how many modern ways of sending information can you think of? How many modern ways of sending information. Yes, very good. So for number 4, we can say yes, WhatsApp. Very good. What's next? App messagings, yeah. Social media, emails, good. We can say radio, good. TVs, good job. Telephone, very good. So these are the modern ways of sending information. We can say that they are modern. Yes, very good. Very good. Now let's move on. Let's open our workbooks on page 51. The workbook, Unit 5, Communication and Sharing Information. Lesson 1, Old Ways of Sending Information. Question A. Complete the sentences with the words from the box. As you can see here, we have a box with 4 words and we have 4 gaps. Very good. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to take the words from the box and put them in the gaps. Now, you can stop the video to answer this question and then come back to check. Now, let's check together. In Africa, people used, what do you think? Very good. People used drums to send messages. The capital city of Syria is, very good, Damascus. Good job. Warn ships of danger. Which one warns ships of danger? Good job. Lighthouses. Very good. Now number 4. Can fly from Cairo to Damascus. Good job. Pigeons. Very good. Now let's move on to question B. Write about getting and sending messages and information. Follow the plan. As you can see here, we have a plan of writing a paragraph. Step number 1, introduction. In the past, it was difficult to send and get, it's difficult to get and to send messages and information. Now it's easy. This is the introduction to your paragraph. You have paragraph 1, which is the topic sentence that we talked about. It's the first sentence in the paragraph that shows you what is the paragraph about. You can say it is easy to find out what is happening in your country and in other countries. You can make notes about how and what information are you using. Paragraph number 2, the topic sentence must be, it is also easy to get special information, for example, about a famous person. You can make notes about where. And in paragraph number 3, the topic sentence will be, most people like to know what their friends are doing, even if they live in another country. And the notes are, how can they do this? Now, first, note down your ideas and number them in the best order. Next, write a draft. Finally, correct and improve it. Now, as you're going to do that, you're going to show the teacher the steps of your paragraph writing. You can do this and then show them to your teacher. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.